Kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling start to your day. I have to tell you, my phone has been buzzing today. It is Thankful Thursday. It is also my birthday. So lots of super fantastic sparkly. Yes, I got my sparkly jacket on today. I am off to a super fantastic sparkling start. It's unbelievable. My morning has been unbelievable so far. I think the first text message came through at like around, well, I had a text message from my mum yesterday because in New Zealand it was my birthday yesterday. So I get to celebrate for more than 24 hours for my birthday because I'm celebrating it in 2 different countries. So I am so grateful this year. My birthday starts my new year. So I do birthday resolutions, and I wrote my birthday resolutions out yesterday for the coming year. And I put them in present tense like they have already happened. But this year, and this year I am so grateful for all the opportunities that I have had. I am grateful for just being able to do these lives every day. And for those of you that follow, watch, comment, send me messages and text messages and all of that, I am grateful to everybody who has already texted me, called me, Facebook messaged me, left messages on my Facebook page. However you have contacted me to wish me happy birthday so far today, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. To wake up in the morning and, well, actually I heard the text message come in. First one came in at 6 a.m. and my phone hasn't stopped since. I actually had to silence my text messages and silence my Facebook messages and any other notification dings that I had while I was out walking Zephy because I couldn't hear my audio book while I'm out walking because of the thing is going ding, buzz, ding, ding, buzz, buzz, the whole walk. I did have a very frightening moment this morning though. I was getting ready to get into the shower, and all of a sudden I hear this rumble start coming. It was not coming, and the jets I knew were already up and flying. So the fighter jets were already up and flying because I know that sound. This was not that sound. Now, normally when the jets come in and I hear them, they start at the front of the sound comes from the front of my RV and then goes off the passenger side. So they're coming from the southwest, they come up, and basically when they get to the resort here is when they do a turn and head northwest. So they go from southwest, come up over us and go to northwest. Or is it south to northwest? Anyway, they start doing the turn to go northwest when they get to the resort because I stand there outside with Zeph and I look up and I watch them and they come from the southwest direction, come up and then veer off to the northwest direction. This morning, the sound came from the passenger side of my RV, which is west, over the top of the RV and headed east. This is what the sound sounded like. If you've ever been on the flight path of a commercial jet as it is going overhead, low, that is what that rumble sounded like. It was a low rumble, and it literally sounded like a commercial jet was just above the top of the RV. It was so loud, and I thought, I haven't heard that in a long time. And I used to live on the flight path of the airport in Wellington. And so I'm used to, and we were 4 stories up in an apartment building. It's only 4 stories tall. So we were on the top floor of this apartment building and we were on the direct flight path. So and as they took off or they came into land, I got to hear those noises. And that's what it sounded like. It sounded like a commercial jet was over. And I had a moment of panic when I thought, oh my God, it's going to crash. And I'm waiting for the boom. And I'm suddenly like, hang on, there's jets. There's fighter jets in the area. They were flying in formation. I didn't get to see the formation, but I figured out that that's what it was because I've been to a lot of air shows with jets. And I suddenly recognized that sound that, yes, it does sound like a commercial jet coming in low. But then I remembered, hang on, when they're fighter jets, that's got to be at least 4 fighter jets out there. But the curious thing is that they were going from the west to the east and not their normal southwest to northwest path that they do. So that was kind of cool. And I thought, oh, birthday flight formation, yay! But I couldn't go running outside because, like I said, I was about to get in the shower. And I so wanted to go outside and see where they were flying and everything else. But when we were out walking, we got to see them flying in pairs, and they were going from the north to the south. So and we got to watch them flying in pairs, and they kind of had their noses up a little bit. So it was a lot of fun. So it's been a very exciting morning so far this morning. Just finished all the training calls and everything else. Was going to go and grab my mail, but I have to be online in 40 minutes. And so I'm sort of like, darn it, I can't even go pick up my birthday packages. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do that this evening, get down there before 6 o'clock. I'm actually going to call them to see if they've got extended hours at the moment, with everybody having to get their Christmas packages posted and all that sort of stuff. So that's what I'm going to do today. But I will find some way, even if I have to do it tomorrow. I might have to do it tomorrow morning. But I wanted to open the gifts that I know are there, because people say, oh, have you got my gift yet? Have you got my... I said, all I know is I got notifications from my mailbox place to say that I've got packages. I currently have... Hang on, I haven't looked to see if I've got any from this morning yet. Let me see. Yeah, there's about 15 packages sitting down there right now. And I bet they're not I do have a couple of Amazon packages. One got delivered yesterday. The other one was supposed to be delivered before 10 p.m. last night. And at 4 p.m. they posted the notice that it was going to be delivered on either the 9th or the 10th, because they had delays in delivery or something like that. And I'm like, this is a business that you're going to. You promised me you deliver on this day, but that's okay. I understand you guys have a lot of packages going in right now. So, but yeah, so what are you grateful for today? And then your tell your story question. And what are some of your favorite birthday memories? What are some of your favorite birthday memories? Write them down. I have memory. My 13th birthday was a sleepover. I had not done a sleepover for my birthday before. We were out in the caravan in the back, which if you follow me, it's a tow trailer. And I had 4 friends over. There was 5 of us. 2 of us were on the bed at the front. That was the couch folded out to a bed. Then 1 was on each of the single beds on either side, and 1 on the floor. We had no bathroom facilities out there to go to the bathroom. We had to go inside the house. And so Mum and Dad had the door unlocked so we could get in and out of there to go to the bathroom. And I think it was like around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, my dad comes out and tells us to shut up and go to sleep. And we're on a quarter acre. I think it was about a quarter acre, half acre, somewhere, a quarter acre, I think the section was. And the caravan's like down towards the back corner. So we're away from the house, and we thought we were being quiet. But apparently at night, sound travels a lot further than you think. So my dad comes out like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and tells us that it's time to go to sleep. And then and we thought he had gone. And so one of my friends, Maria, she turns on her flashlight, and the next thing you hear is this booming voice from my dad on the back porch there going, turn that flashlight off. Or turn the torch off, because we call them torches in New Zealand, not flashlights. Turn that torch off. And was like, oh crap. And so we turned the torch off, and we finally went to sleep. But that was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun at that one for that. Other birthday memories, I remember being on the road going up to my aunt and uncle's wedding the day before their wedding, because they're the 10th of December. So I spent one birthday traveling up to their wedding. So I had a great birthday weekend that weekend. We had my birthday. We traveled up on my birthday. The next day was my aunt and uncle's wedding. And it was my dad's youngest brother getting married. And we had a great time up in Whakatane with that. So that was an awesome time. And then the day after the wedding was my mum's birthday. So we had a great weekend that weekend, celebrating birthdays and wedding and a wedding. So it was kind of a cool weekend. Yeah, so those are just some of the ones. Other ones have just been lots of different celebrations and things over the years, but those are 2 that stick out with me. And then, of course, Brad started up a tradition of going to See's Candies, and we would walk out there in a sugar rush, because we had gotten, you're standing in line. It's in December, so everybody's there to get their Christmas packages and all of that sort of stuff done. I'm just there for my birthday. I just want to make my birthday box of it was a no nut pack I would always make, dark chocolate mix. And we were standing in line, and they'd bring out samples. So we'd each have a sample there. Then we'd get up to the thing, and I'd start making the selection. And I was looking around and go, when did you get this particular flavor? And they go, oh, that's a brand new flavor we've got just for this year. And da 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 da. And so we got a sample of that. We each got a sample of that. And then when it comes to wrapping, they ask which Christmas paper they want. I said, well, actually, it's my birthday. I'd like it wrapped in non-Christmas paper, please. Oh, it's your birthday. What flavors would you like? We got a third sample. That tradition stopped on my first birthday after Brad passed. It was 4 years ago. I went into the See's Candy. I had the worst experience I'd ever had at a See's Candy. And I got my box of chocolates, but I walked out of there and got in the car and just broke down into tears. I had the worst customer service. The woman was in the middle of wrapping my box of chocolates when she got told she had to go and clock out and go home because she had worked her hours. And she says, I'm just finishing up. Somebody else will do that. And I'm standing there at the front of the queue at the register waiting to pay. So I'm blocking the entire line while everybody else is getting served. And then finally somebody comes over and wraps my package, my chocolates up. And there's the whole thing of unwrapping the gift and all that sort of stuff. And checked me out. I got in the car and I burst into tears. It was the worst experience I had ever had in the See's Candy. Never gone back again on my birthday. And that first birthday after Brad passed, I waited until our wedding anniversary, which is the 28th of this month, to open that box of chocolates. And I went down to Brad's graveside and I sat there with him, and I was drinking a drink that he liked, and on his around the headstone there was this patch of grass which wasn't quite attached back in place. And so I had a little party there with him, and I had his favorite drink with me. I had he loved the Cara, I think they are oranges. So I had one of those with me, and I had my box of chocolates. And so I remember lifting that little patch of grass up, pouring a little bit of the drink down there for him. You know, he's in a casket like 6 feet under, just sharing it with him. And when I ate the orange, I broke a segment off and put it under there as well. But when it came to the chocolate, I says, I am not burying a piece of chocolate. Sorry, that's my limit. But I will sit here, and the first piece I had was the lemon one that he liked. It was a dark chocolate lemon cream, I think it was, or a lemon chew or something like that. But it was a dark chocolate lemon flavored one. And that was the first piece that I had. And I said, I'm not sharing any of this with you. Sorry. You know how I am with my chocolate. So that's some of my birthday memories. So what are some of your favorite birthday memories? Or, you know, good, bad experiences? Write about them all. You know, be real. But anyway, I'm out of here. I got 30 minutes to get organized to get online for work. And so all have a super fantastic sparkling day. My day is off to a super fantastic sparkling start. I had a flyover this morning for my birthday. These guys wouldn't have known it was my birthday, but anyway, I'll take it. And I got to have a great start today with lots and lots of messages. I don't know when I'm going to get to them because I know it's going to be a busy day. So if I don't respond quickly or don't get a chance to respond today, please forgive me. There are a lot of messages coming in, and I have a very full schedule today, and I have to figure out how to get to the mail place before 6 p.m. this evening when Zeffie goes for her walk at 5. So that's going to be a challenge today. So anyway, go out, have a super fantastic sparkling day. If you want to raise a toast for me, I love drinking water. Hot tea is another one of my favorites. So here's my water. Cheers. Have a super fantastic sparkling day. Hei konera.